You're doing over $2 million a year and you're still anxious about payroll? Now, that's not because the business is failing. It's also not because you made a bad decision somewhere down the track, but because at some point, revenue just stopped feeling like it's safe for you and you just don't exactly know why. The answer is almost never what you think it is. It's not the economy. It's not your pricing. It's definitely that you don't need more leads. What it is for most people is that there's revenue already sitting inside your business, and specifically inside your client relationships, that nobody in your business has a system to collect. I know that because we've been inside 2,400 businesses deep since 2010, and this is a pattern that we see almost every single time. The cash is not missing, it's just unmapped. So today I'm going to take you through how you can map and build a system to collect cash in your business. I'm going to show you the product client matrix. It's a one-page tool that shows you every revenue gap hidden inside your existing client database. Also, then what we're going to do is show you the prioritization method to know which gaps to act on first, and then how to use the trusted advisor play with the exact scripts and the exact approach that turns those gaps into conversations you can have this week. This is not theory. This is a real hit list that you can build in one afternoon and start calling tomorrow. Now, we've used this exact system with over 2,400 businesses for more than a decade. And it's one of the first things we go to when someone comes to us and says, hey, I need more leads. We go, okay, all right, well, it's not that you need more leads, because almost always the answer isn't that. It is that we need to mine what you've already got. So here's the plan. We're going to go through 5 parts of how to build this system for you in your business. The firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and answer why the answer I need more leads almost never is I need more leads. The next one is, the second thing is that we're going to go through the 3 enemies that stop you finding the money that's already in your business. The third thing is, what's the product client matrix, how to find every gap in your existing client database. The fourth thing is the trusted advisor play, with the exact approach and the scripts and the exact mindset to approach it. And the last thing is how to change your language so your brain stops blocking these amazing opportunities. Now, if you want the product client matrix template straight away and the scripts we references, just go to the links below and you get it straight away. It was working so well, I stopped doing it. Think back to when you started your business, or when things were really working in the business. What were you doing to bring in your clients or your customers? For most people, it wasn't massive ad spend. It wasn't these super duper funnels. It wasn't some sophisticated marketing automation. What it was delving deep in some real amazing relationships. It was calling people. It was partnerships. It was referrals. It was showing up and problem solving. For me personally, the whole business went to multiple 7 figures based purely on a partnership strategy, which we've explained in other videos. And that worked unbelievably well. It worked so well that we got so busy, we had so much work, and then what happened? I effectively fell asleep at the wheel of my business. We stopped doing those partnership meetings, and guess what happened? We went back to, oh my God, we actually need a bit more work. And then we had to kick it back again, because what we did is we took our focus off the thing that was actually working the business. So here's the first question for you to answer honestly right now. What was working so well in your business that you stopped doing it? Here are some prompts to help you on that. When was the last time you were calling your raving fans and past clients on a regular basis? When were you actually visiting some of your customers or partners in person? When were you building partnerships and then referral programs? When were you personally involved in some part of the sales conversation or in coaching the sales team? When was the last time you were sending personal emails to your database? When was the last time maybe you got on the dog and bone on the phone instead of hiding behind technology and writing all these emails? The thing is, you already know the answer. You just got really busy and you stopped. Not that you were meaning to be unintentional about this, but you just kind of got busy. That's okay. But here's the second question that really puts the icing on the cake. And this one's a little bit counterintuitive, but it really makes a big difference. And that is, what stopped working that you kept doing anyway? It could be maybe it's a product that was profitable 3 years ago, that you love it so much that we're not going to get rid of it. Maybe it's a high touch bespoke offering that takes an enormous amount of time but really is a diminishing return. I'll give you an example of this. I once had an amazing client. It was a tier 2 accountancy firm, and I was delivering a package over 6 months. It was $90,000, which was a massive amount of money at that particular time. But the thing was, every month it was bespoke. Every month I was getting in doing one-on-ones with people that were sort of random necessary. It looked good on our P&L. There's a big amount of money that was coming in, but for the time I put in, it really wasn't actually worth it, particularly from the business's perspective. So if the business could talk, what would it tell me that it needed? And it wasn't me doing this bespoke offering. See, the money is actually already sitting in your backyard. You've got past clients who'd love to hear from you. You've got old prospects who weren't ready 6 months ago, but they might be ready now. You've got existing clients who aren't getting enough of what you've already delivering. In other words, they're getting a piece of what you deliver, but you could offer a much more fuller and more remarkable solution. You don't necessarily need to go and find new diamonds. You need to dust off the ones that you're already standing on. So before you spend another dollar on marketing or chasing another silver bullet, look at what's already working or was working and bring it back. The fastest cash almost always is in the relationships that you've already got. Remember these 2 questions. It was working so well, you stopped doing it. Second one is, it stopped working, but you kept doing it. Fix both those and you found the hidden cash in your business. So here's the question. If the money's already sitting there, why can't most people see it? And the reason is because there are 3 enemies that get in the way, and they're hardwired into your brain, and that's what we're going to go through right about now, how to know what those are and how to overcome them. So what happens is when cash gets tight, your brain is hardwired to do 3 things, and all 3 of them make the problem even worse. See, our brains are hardwired to protect us. That's the Neanderthal brain that sits at the back there. It's the crocodile brain, I like to call it. It's like when the saber-toothed tiger was going to come up and grab us. We were trained to either freeze or flee or fight. Now, in business, the saber-toothed tiger is low cash flow. So let's go through these 3 things. Let's go to the first one, which is called freeze. So in a business context, freeze looks like blaming other things, making excuses, or a heap of denial. It's like a parked car. It's not moving anywhere. And you hear people easily say things like this because they go, oh, it's just the economy's bad, or nobody's buying right now. It's just our industry. Or, my team dropped the ball. What happens is people are stuck and they're making it someone else's problem. That jumps into the next one, which is people come out and they're flight. They're going to run away. So flight looks like chasing silver bullets. It's like, oh, here's the $20,000 marketing program that's going to solve everything. I just need to learn this new advertising strategy. Maybe if I pivot the business in this area that everyone's saying is going to be great, and what ends up happening, they become a sprinkler rather than becoming a fire hose. All I need to do is really know what's the one thing that I need to focus on so I can get better traction. These are usually the people who come to us and say, oh, I've tried everything. And they haven't tried everything. They've tried a lot of things and they've usually done them badly, but they've done whatever those things are, they're usually the wrong thing or they could be the right thing, but it's at the wrong time. That leads us to the third one, and that is they come out and they're fighting. What does fight look like? I'm not talking the good kind of fight. I'm talking about anger. I'm talking about resentment. I'm talking about a huge amount of frustration. People get shitty with you and you get shitty with them. Getting angry with your team, getting frustrated with your clients. And sometimes people go, screw it. I'm going to quit the business. I'm done. I'm out of here. And they go, well, what am I going to do? I can't get a job. I'm unemployable now because I can never want to work with anyone. And then what do? They go and start a new bright, shiny object. We see this happen over and over again. And what happens is 1 to 2 years later, they come back down to the same place again and the same drama, and they see it hit into gear, except now they're 1, 2, or 3 years older. Now, here's the truth. Everyone has a go-to. Mine, when I was starting out, I had 3 months to find $10,000 a month. Why? Because we had a large mortgage for all our investment properties, and I went through all 3 of them. I froze for a bit. I then chased a couple of silver bullets. Then I got angry with myself as well as all the people that were involved with me. And then I gave myself an uppercut and said, all right, if I'm going to make this happen, if it's to be, it's up to me. And I took ownership and accountability and said, okay, I need to do this. The truth is, the moment you're aware of which enemy is running your brain at that particular time, you can change it. Also keep in mind, it's hardwired. Don't make yourself bad around it. This is just what happens. This is what happens when the Neanderthal brain is kicked into gear. This is what happens. All we want to know is just be clear about it, identify what it is, and then go, cool, now I know, now I can do something about it. So just understand, when the cash drops, so does the intelligence drop with it. It's just your crocodile brain taking over, and it's normal. People will freeze, they'll flee, or they'll come out and they'll fighting. Now the first step is just finding the diamonds in your backyard, and once we've done that, recognizing which enemy is in charge right now, and then taking the steering wheel back so that you can go forward and lead your business. The saber-tooth tiger, it isn't real, but your crocodile brain doesn't know that. So once you've taken the steering wheel back, the next question is, where exactly are the diamonds I need to work on? That's what we're going to do next when we go through the product client matrix, and it shows you where to look and it helps you to prioritize it. And you can do this all in one sitting. Most owners are sitting on a gold mine of revenue sitting inside their existing database. They just can't see it because nobody's mapped it. And here's one of the most effective exercises that you can use. It's called the product client matrix, and you can do it within 1 or 2 hours, and you've got a whole plan for you and your company. All you need to do is get the key people into your team around a whiteboard and grab a whole heap of post notes, or you can use a wall, and that's okay. And here's what you want to do. You want to create a simple matrix that looks like something like this. And across the top, what you have is your products, A, B, C, and you might have more going out here on the side. That's absolutely fine. Now, across the top of the list, you list every one of your products and services, product A, B, C, D, or how many products you've got. Now, you might also say, well, like, we only sell one big thing. And I go, really? Okay, well, let's do a little bit of example. Let's say you're an accountant and you do tax returns. But you go, well, I do tax returns. Do you do a bit of advisory? Do you do some compliance work? Do you do some bookkeeping work? Within this one thing that you have, there are usually sub-products. And an easy way to think about that is who's already paying you more than your other clients? And if you look at what they're doing, what are they getting that other people aren't? And whatever that is, you could break that down into smaller sub-products as you go forward. Now, on the left-hand side, this is where you're going to put your clients. So products across here, across the top, and then down on the left-hand side is to put your clients. This is going to be Bob, Mary, Sam, or obviously their businesses, whatever their name actually is. And if you've got 2,000 clients, then put them all in there. I'm totally fine with that. Now, a simple way to get started, particularly if your crocodile brain is firing up, is look at your top third of clients and look at the ones that are the ones that you spend the most time with, that you enjoy spending time with, that are already spending a bit of money with you. You might want to do a quick sort that way. Then what you want to do is systematically go through. And let's say we've got client one, and this is Bob. And what you go through and go, hey, is Bob right now, is he using product A? And you go, yes, he is, tick. Is he using product B? Yes, he is. Is he using product C? He's not. I go, okay. What we can now do is we can now circle, that's an opportunity. Then we go to the next one. We go to Mary and go, hey, how's Mary going on this? Do they have product A? You go, no, they don't have product A. Do they have product B? No, they don't. Do they have product C? Yes, they do. We go, hey, now we have got 2 opportunities that we can see how we can add even more value to them. Then we go to the third client. Third client, we go in here. You go, hey, they've got product A, they've got product B, they've got product C. And you go, they've got all those products. And I go, well, hang on a second. Is there something else that we could offer them? The question, particularly you're doing this as a team, you go, well, we're doing this stuff for Sam, but Sam's complained that he doesn't have this. And you go, can we offer that to them? Is that something that we can do? Once you've done this, you've now got a hit list. And every one of these circles that we've got here now becomes an opportunity for you. Every part that we go on here is a conversation that's just waiting to happen. And the key thing now is you've got these on here, you want to prioritize. How do you want to prioritize them? My suggestion is that who are you already spending a lot of time with already? Who are people that are the most happiest working with you? Who do you enjoy working with? And then you go, well, there's some gaps that are here. We can use them to prioritize. Now we can get in there. We want to use the 80-20 principle, the Pareto principle. What are the 20% of the clients that have got the most opportunity for us to work with that will make the 80% of the difference, the biggest opportunities? We want to go there because when we go there, we're going to get the best traction straight away. Now, this is not theoretical. This is not this is nice to know. This is literally a list of people that you could, or your team, get on the phone or on the emails, connect with. And if you're a true trusted advisor, you should be making sure that every one of your customers, every one of your clients is getting a full and remarkable solution to their biggest problems. And if they're not, that's not just a revenue gap, that's a service gap. The truth is, most people don't need more leads. What they need is to see the gaps in what they're already delivering to the people that already trust you. This product client matrix is the key to help you establish that and to build a lot more trust in your clients. Your next sale is probably hiding in plain sight right in front of you. You just haven't looked for it yet. So now you've got the hit list. Now you know who to call. The question is, what are you going to say? That's where the trusted advisor play comes in, and that's what we're going to be covering into the next section. Before we do, now if you want help mining the diamonds in your business, the matrix, the scripts, the strategy, and instead of doing it by trial and error, you want to see around the corners you haven't seen before and you want to do the straight path, then let's see how we can help you out. All you need to do is to click on the link now and book a growth driver call, and we'll see how we're going to help you out. Here's the mindset that changes everything. You're not selling, you're serving. If this was your best mate and you had a product that could help your best mate and money wasn't an object, what would you do? That one principle will change the game for you. Now, my background was 22 years as a dentist. And the one thing you learn very quickly in healthcare is that the most skilled professionals, the ones who get paid the most, aren't the ones who do necessarily all the treatment. The ones that get paid the most are the ones that know how to effectively diagnose the problem. Anyone can fill a tooth. The real skill is figuring out what's not working, what the treatment plan is, and how to fix it. There are 3 distinct phases that we can map from healthcare that applies very much to having this trusted advisor mentality. So let's go through those 3 phases. So let's talk about phase 1. Phase 1 is the diagnosis. This is actually the hardest part, and yet it's the most valuable. It's really understanding what is the true problem, not the symptom, the actual problem. Now, everyone has problems. That's a sign of life. And your business exists and supports to solve one of those problems for your ideal client. Your job is to find out exactly what the biggest problem that they see is and really understand how you can focus on solving that. That's the diagnosis phase. A lot of people miss that. That then leads us into the second phase. And the second phase is looking at the treatment plan. Based on the diagnosis, what's the plan for treatment? What's your recommendation? What does an ideal solution? What are the next steps? That then comes from a more effective diagnosis. Then the last little step there, which is a step that most people jump to do, is phase 3, and that's the actual treatment. This is actually delivering the solution that you promised that you could deliver. Now, most people just jumped into the treatment plan without really going back in and fully identifying and diagnosing what the problem is. And they go, oh, okay, this can solve part of your problem. But because they don't go to the root cause, they don't get into the real issue. That means that the treatment might be half-baked. It's not truly what they really need. And the principle we have here is what is a full and remarkable solution to their biggest problem that they've got. If you ask that question over and over again and think as well that if this person was your best mate, money was an object, how would you help them? That's what you're going to be doing. That's how you can be a trusted advisor. And this is how you can generate cash quickly. And not only that, have your customers, your clients love you even more. So now you've got your product client matrix. You worked out what the options are that could be potential solutions to their problem. Then what we need to do is we need to have a discussion with them, and we need to work out what's the goals they're shooting for, diagnose what's going on for them, what's slowing them up for them hitting that. Let's create a plan for that treatment, and then let's offer that treatment for them. And keep in mind, you're offering a full and remarkable solution. Now, here's what's important as part of this script. It's not asking, hey, if you'd like to do this. What we're doing is we're presupposing this is just how you do business. It's not like, oh, okay, this is the thing. It's like we offer a full remarkable solution. Our job is to be, and if you really take this on board around how can you be an amazing trusted advisor? If this was your best mate, how would you treat them? And if you have that going through your whole company and everyone's doing this, it's remarkable what difference it makes. So let's do an example. Let's say you're ringing Mary and your company's called Gizmo. So we ring up and we go, hey, g'day Mary, it's Gizmo Company. One of the things that we do is every 12 months, we do a strategic planning session with our amazing customers or our amazing clients. What I want to do is book that time in for you. It only takes about half an hour. There's a few questions for you to fill in beforehand, and we're going to map out your next 12 months. Specifically, where are you now and where are you going, and what do we need to focus on to get you there? We're giving you this as part of your annual planning session. All we need to do is to book you in. Now, they'll have a few responses. They could say, oh, I don't know about this. So how much does it cost? And your answer to that is like, we do this complimentary. You pour in the value. Why are you doing this at a cost? Because this initial diagnosis is adding a lot of trust into the relationship, and then you can do a treatment plan. They don't need to go to you for that treatment plan. However, it's pretty obvious that if you do the treatment plan, that you're going to be the most logical choice, because the only people who get paid are the ones who add the most value. What this does from a trusted advisor perspective is it helps you to really, really add unprecedented value. Now, this is not marketing. This is hand-to-hand combat. It's more like a business development role than like an advertising campaign. And that's exactly why it works, especially right now. It puts you in control. And especially right now, we have a trust recession that's going on, especially with AI, everything that is happening right now. And what this means is you're not waiting for ads to convert. You're not waiting for or hoping someone clicks on a link somewhere. You're picking up the dog and bone, that's your phone, and adding value to people who already know, like, and trust you. You're just going to go a lot deeper with it. Now, will everyone buy? No, not necessarily. But even the ones who don't, you put a huge deposit into their bank account. And what bank account? I'm talking about the relationship bank account. And that pays massive dividends later. Plus, the truth is, you'll almost certainly get incredible referrals from having the conversation, especially the people who don't purchase right then. They feel a sense of obligation and they refer you some more business. So now the key thing is to hard block the time in your calendar. This is for you and the relevant people in your team. You want to be hyper-focused. Work down your priority list. And if you've got a real cash crunch, then this is not just something you do once off. This is something you schedule in your diary, I'm going to say for at least 4 hours a week. And then if you build up to it, you might go, I'm going to do this 1 or 2 days a week, and that will keep your machine moving over and over and over again. So my point is, stop pitching. Start diagnosing and really serving it from a trusted advisor perspective, not from a salesperson perspective, but from a place that you're really serving the people. And guess what? The cash will follow, because people buy from people who truly understand them and understand their problem, not from people who are just pushing their products. So a big part of this mindset play with this is going to the mindset that you're a trusted advisor. The deal's already done. You're not asking permission to get in and have that initial diagnosis call. This is just a part of your service. This is just the way you do business. And the difference here is that you're not just smoking opium, you're actually leading your customer, your client, just like a trusted advisor would. So you've now got the matrix, your hit list. You've now got the understanding of the trusted advisor. The last piece is making sure your brain doesn't sabotage you before you start. The economy is between your ears, and the language you use when things get a little tight is either going to open the doors or it's going to slam them shut. So when cash gets tight, Listen to the language that starts coming out of your mouth. Also, listen to what you're saying yourself up here, and also listen to what your team are also saying. I often hear things like people say to me, "Oh, we're not getting good enough leads," or "People just aren't buying. My team are dropping the ball. I have to do this." You don't understand my industry. Now, all those things may or may not have some level of relevance to them, but the truth is that's what we call below the line language. It's blaming other people, blaming situations, making excuses, and it's denying. This is coaching one-on-one. But the truth is it creates a reality that you start to believe, and you start to become a victim of the circumstances that are there. Now, here's the point. In any industry at any time, someone is making money. Well, why not you? What we need to do is we need to change the language we have around it, because everyone has ups and downs, and every industry has its ups and downs as well. So what we're going to do is change the words we use. This is going to make it all work for you. So what are some things we're going to be thinking about? So let's jump in and let's change language, and I want to give you some examples. I brought you awareness. Now let's give you some examples of how that might play out. When people say things like, "We're not getting good enough leads," that becomes, "Our marketing needs a tweak. What else can we adjust?" Or, "People just aren't buying." That becomes, "Where is our ideal client now, and how can we reach them even better?" "I have to do this" becomes, "I get to do this." Because here's the truth. I guarantee that there are people on this planet right now who would kill to have the problems that you have right now. In fact, if you went back in time, 5, 10 years ago, if you were in business then, you'd probably kill to have the problems you've got right now. People are just spending a lot less. That becomes, the money's out there. It's just like a radio frequency. All I need to do is dial into the right station and I can hear what is happening. Now that's more what we call above the line language, where you're taking ownership, accountability, and responsibility. Again, this is coaching one-on-one. I'm bringing it to your awareness. You've probably heard it before. And how well you're actually implementing it, how well you're actually driving that within your company and within yourself. That's what the wealthy do. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing. There's always someone that's booming in some particular point in time. The top 10% always stay there because they're always taking ownership and they think about it differently. They talk about it differently, and that's what I want for you. And when I was in the early stage of business for me, well, I remember the first few months, I needed to make $10,000 a month just to pay the mortgage and have the family all looked after. And so for me, I just went, okay, what's the way I can have my mindset tweaked in the best possible way? For me, I just said, hey, if it's to be, it's up to me. Success leaves clues. Structure scales. You've got this. These are some of the words I use, and it helped me tremendously to then power through. And then for us, we had 37 consecutive record quarters in a row. Now here's the truth as well. Back in 2010 when I started, the difference then is, versus what you have right now, is I didn't have a community. I didn't have a system. I didn't have a team of people who had been through it necessarily before I could show me the way. But you do. In how you're listening to this and how you're receiving this, you do have it, so use it. Here's one more thing. In my company, we have a saying, and that is, boring is profitable and profitable is fun. Because the truth is, the most successful businesses aren't chasing silver bullets. They're doing the fundamentals and they're doing them well. They're doing the same boring things over and over and over, and they're getting better and better at them. That's the flywheel in action. You don't need some necessary big breakthrough. What we need to do is to do the basics brilliantly. The moment you accept responsibility is the moment you take back control. You change your language and you change what's possible. The economy is between your ears, remember that, and so is the solution. And remember, boring is profitable and profitable is fun. So stop chasing the silver bullets and start doing the basics brilliantly. When I started my business, the first 3 months I had to find $10,000. It wasn't that I needed more leads that time. I just needed to stop freezing. I needed to stop chasing bright shiny objects, and I needed to start mining the diamonds that were already in my backyard. They were the partnerships, they were the relationships, they were the people that already knew me. That's where the money was, and that's where your money is too. So if you want help building your product client matrix to develop your hit list and really understand how to be an amazing trusted advisor, then it's really simple. All you need to do is to book a growth driver call below with us, and we'll get in there and we'll help you with that. So stop chasing the bright shiny objects and diamonds that are out there and start digging up the ones that you're standing on right now.